Have you ever picked up a project thinking it would be super quick and easy to do? That's the story of this 4th of July sign that I picked up at Hobby Lobby. Now, I'll be honest, I actually hesitated in even posting this video. My focus on my channel is to try and bring you quick, easy, and affordable crafts and DIYs. However, while this project was definitely easy and affordable, it 100% was not quick. It took me over 3 hours to finish this, and that did not even include paint drying time. In the end, I decided to post it to share the lessons that I learned doing this project. So my initial vision was to try to do a distressed look with 3 layers of paint, red, then blue, then white. I quickly realized that this was not going to work. So lesson number 1 is be flexible. Lesson number 2, acrylic paint is not wood primer. And lesson number 3, Dollar Tree acrylic paint sucks. You may not notice, but I actually started with a layer of white, mostly put down as a primer. I have had on my list for some time to purchase proper wood primer, but I have yet to do so. So I used white acrylic paint from the Dollar Tree instead. Now this didn't work very well for 2 reasons. Firstly, it isn't actually wood primer, and secondly, it's crappy paint. Now, you know I love the Dollar Tree, but this paint was globby and grainy even after I tried to thin it with water. Maybe I got a bad bottle, but I will not be buying my acrylic paint from the Dollar Tree. Lesson number 4, don't pour your paint on a project that has a lot of intricate pieces. I did this with the white paint, envisioning a quick coat all over the piece. Well, it completely pooled in so many of the nooks and crannies, it was impossible to get out. Even after most of it had dried, you'll see me go through a lot of the letters with a dry brush, trying to get out some of those globs because they were still wet. So when I was putting down the red, I was ending up with pink. Even after doing this, I would end up with little globs of partially dried paint on my red brush, and so I'd have to brush it off on my plate. So lesson number 5, you really can't cut corners. And lesson number 6, come up with a process for those tedious tasks. Painting all of these letters was tedious work. My initial thought was to do a quick paint of the smaller sections of the letters, then I'd be able to come in with a bigger brush and quickly paint everything else. You'd think I would have learned my lesson from my previous experience with the white paint. I eventually realized that I needed to paint the inside and outside of each letter, and once I started to do one letter and then the next, the process did go a bit faster. Lesson number 7, make sure your brush is clean, or just get a clean brush. When I put down my second coat of red, I grabbed a brush that I had just used with blue paint for another project, and I did not take the time to completely clean it. And as you can see, I ended up with blue streaks on the piece. I could have let the paint dry and gone over it again with the red, but I was so over this project, I decided to remember lesson number 1, be flexible, and just take the blue across the entire piece. I then used a smaller brush to go over the letters and the stars in blue. Lesson number 8, the craft fairy is real. I used a dry brush to add white and give it a weathered look, but I was frustrated with how the white paint didn't glide smoothly over the letters. Although when I think about it, I'm not sure what I was expecting. And I finished by sanding around the edges of the letters and stars, which honestly didn't do much to the overall look, but it was part of my plan, and damn it, I was going to use that sandpaper. Once I was finished, I honestly was pretty disappointed with how it looked. However, as she does, the craft fairy came during the night, and when I looked at the piece the next morning, I was a little bit happier with it. So even though I kind of looked at this project as a fail, it's proof that even the most challenging projects can be redeemed. Thanks so much for watching. If you found this video inspiring, informative, maybe even a bit entertaining, I hope that you'll give it a thumbs up, watch another video, and consider joining the Koala crew by subscribing. Most of all, I hope that you have a Koala-ty day.